Oscar November 4 ISS. This is Oscar Romeo 4 ISS. Oscar November 4 ISS, this is Oscar Romeo 4 ISS. Oscar November 4 ISS, this is Oscar Romeo 4 ISS, over. Oscar November 4 ISS, this is Oscar Romeo 4 ISS, over. Oscar November 4 ISS, this is Oscar Romeo 4 ISS, over. Oscar November 4 ISS, this is Oscar Romeo 4 ISS, over.
Station Huntsville on Spitzer Ground 2 for Bush.
Oscar November 4 ISS, this is Oscar Romeo 4 ISS, over.
Dragon, what do you need?
Hey, Sonny, if you don't mind relaying, we're about to go into an LOS here, and we wanted to tell Butch to skip Paul 2 activity and go into his Paul 1 activity during the LOS, since we need S-band to verify that Paul 2 is powered down, but Paul 1 is unpowered. How copy?
Skip power 1 steps.
Oscar November 4 ISS is Oscar Romeo 4 ISS, over.
1 steps, correct?
Negative, Sonny. Tell Butch to skip his next Paul 2 activity during the LOS and go into his Paul 1 activity.
Oscar November 4 ISS, this is Oscar Romeo 4 ISS, over. I think I heard you, over. Oscar November 4 ISS, hello, this is Oscar Romeo 4 ISS, over, I got you, loud and clear. Very nice to be with you in Spain, I'm ready for questions, over, on channel 12. Hi Maria, so most of us have some science, technology, math, or engineering backgrounds when we're up here. Doctors, scientists, pilots, we all have that type of background, over. So So thank you for the question. You know, I'm feeling pretty great because I can fly, sort of like a bird, but it's almost like swimming in air. So it's actually a lot of fun, but it takes a little adaptation or getting used to. Over. That's a great question. We have thrusters or engines on the back, and we can put in the computer how much we want to fire those thrusters so we can stay in orbit. So we actually just operate it with the computer, not with a hand controller. Over. So right now, great question, right now we are packing up a spacecraft to take a lot of science experiments home, including ones with DNA, ones with genes, you know, figuring out DNA and genes in space, also all sorts of biology experiments, all sorts of experiments on new materials. Over. Great question. So, you know, physically, you know, being in good shape and being healthy so your body can adapt to being in space and adapt to coming home is one thing. Psychologically, I think the biggest thing is being part of a team. We are all working together up here and also with our remote teams on the ground. So those are the biggest characteristics. And I think, you know, just having a sense of curiosity. Over. Great question. So if we always have our spacecraft, a lifeboat docked to the space station in case there's any emergency. We would be able to get into our lifeboat and come home. Over. That's a very good question. No, every single day we wake up and we see what tasks we have, and they might be different. They might be working on an airlock, like one of my colleagues is doing right now. Another one is loading a spacecraft. I'm talking to you. We might be getting ready for a spacewalk. So every day, all the tasks are different. Over. Great question. It's hard not to look at the Earth all the time because it's right out the window, and we are flying 5 miles a second over the Earth. So we see the Earth curvature, we see all the continents, we see ice in the wintertime, we see different algae blooms in the ocean. The moon is just crystal clear because there's no atmosphere to make it look a little hazy. Over. You know, I would love to go to Mars, but I actually want to be able to come home. So that is one thing that we're working on, how to get there, how to be able to live there sustainably, and then how to come home. So once we figure that out, then I'd go, for sure. Over. Well, the first time I couldn't actually believe it was happening until the rocket lit and we lifted off the planet.